their own soul. Hey, I urge you not to be one of these people. Not a sermon, just a thought.
For more information, check out our website, notasermon.com. That's notasermon.com.
Kate loves an adrenaline rush. Free climbing the highest peaks around. Nothing between her and the ground. But not wearing a seatbelt in the car?
Are you kidding me? I'd never do that.
Extra enforcement now on Minnesota roads. A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Tired of buffering? USI Fiber brings you blazing fast internet, no lag, no hassle. We're not just speedy, we're friendly, local, and always here to help. Stream, game, or work from home seamlessly with unbelievably simple internet. USI Fiber. Visit usifiber.com.
Getting engaged? At Shane Company, we'll help you find the perfect diamond. This is your engagement ring, aka only your life's most important piece of jewelry. No need to worry. As gemstone experts since 1929, we handpick only the most beautiful natural and lab-grown diamonds cut to our high standards in every price range. We have diamonds in all shapes and sizes, ready to compare side by side right here in our store. Come see for yourself at Shanco.com or at your local store. No appointment necessary. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
KDWB FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
This Memorial Day, turn up the heat with the Home Depot. Find the perfect grill and patio set to keep the cookouts coming all season long. Grill up a feast with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill, only $229. And complete your space with the stylish Glen Ridge Falls 7-piece dining set, now on special buy for just $499 with free delivery. Take your Memorial Day cookout to the next level all summer long with the Home Depot. See homedepot.com/delivery for more details.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have delays on 394 eastbound from Penn to 94. On the crosstown, it's slow westbound from Cedar to Bloomington. On 169, delays northbound from Highway 21 to Old Shakopee. There's construction on Highway 100 southbound from 50th Street to 70th Street. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's. If you have a lot of summer shopping to do, then you're actually in luck. Because at Macy's, the more you buy, the more you save. Like up to 30% off when you spend $200 or more. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply at Macy's.
Now live on streaming video, KDWB's Dave Ryan Show is now on YouTube every morning starting at 7 a.m. Just search Dave Ryan TV.
Yeah, search for us. We are on live right now. It's Jenny, Bailey, and Vaughn today. Dave's out this week. He's on a little RV trip.
Yeah. He saw bison yesterday, or buffalo. I don't know.
I think they were bison, yeah.
Bison.
They're the same.
Oh.
I don't know why, but they are. I'm almost positive. You can text me and tell me I'm wrong, but I'm pretty positive they're the same. They just call them different names sometimes. But I was so jealous at first because I thought he was in the Black Hills, but then I remembered he was in Yellowstone, and I was like, dang, you saw all those bison in the Black Hills? Like, good for you, even though I know there is an area that has them. But yeah, I think he might be in that Yellowstone area now. But anyways, all right, it is time to hook you up with some tickets to go see The Weeknd. But not only The Weeknd, also Halsey.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you're going to have the most lit week in June coming up because The Weeknd's going to be at US Bank Stadium on June 14th, and then Halsey's going to be at the Somerset Amphitheater on June 20th. So those are within a week of each other. And we're going to play a little game of connections for these tickets. So you need to listen right now for these 4 words, figure out how they're connected. Call us at 651-989-KDWB, and you are winning 2 pairs of tickets to concerts this summer. So here are the words: orange, blackberry, apple, and pear. So once again, orange, blackberry, apple, pear. So call us right now, 651-989-KDWB. Figure out how these 4 words are connected. Now, I think you're probably going to assume it's an obvious answer, and it's not the obvious answer.
Oh, no.
You will not win if you give me the obvious answer. I need you to think a little harder.
Think harder.
Wake up that brain at 7:07 in the morning and think how those 4 words are connected. Now, while we're waiting for a winner on that, Bailey has a little update on her love life. Bailey's been seen. So you have been talking quite a bit about how you go to this Pitch a Friend event.
Yes.
And you had brought up how there was like one guy at the last one that you were like, he seems pretty awesome. And you guys were chit-chatting. And then you started hanging out. His name's Bradley, right?
Bradley, yep. I went on 3 dates with Bradley. And yeah, I met him at one of the Pitch a Friend events because like his friends did a pitch for him, like a PowerPoint presentation. And I thought, okay, well, we're interested in the same things. I should go and talk to this man. And so we went on 3 dates. And then after the third one, which was Thursday, he texted me and he was like, hey, just like, let me know if you're interested in me or not, because I'm not sure. And I just want to make sure, like, I'd rather have a hard conversation than like just kind of, go with it, and wonder and whatever. And I was just like, well, okay, I guess he's giving me an avenue here to say something, because I've been talking to, I guess, you guys and like my friends about it. And I didn't have like butterflies when I went on a date with him. And not that I need butterflies, but like, I think you should have a crush on whoever you're dating.
I think it's important to have butterflies on the first date or two. I really do think that's important.
And I think what my problem is, and also in the same case, his problem is that we're both likable people that are easy to get along with. So like I could go on a date with another likable person who's easy to get along with and have a good time. And so then like if I was on a date with him, I'd be like, oh, he's funny. He's fun to talk to. And then when I would be at home, I just wouldn't think about him because I guess I just wasn't romantically like connected to him and didn't have a crush on him, which I do think is important.
Yes.
And if I'm feeling indifferent, then I don't think he's the one. So it's a bummer because it's a really like strange thing to feel and I couldn't really put it into words. But Bradley and I are no longer. I did ask, I said like it would be cool if we could stay friends. I would definitely hang out with him and his friends, but I don't want to just hang out with him in case it's a date. My dad told me one time, my dad barely gives me advice, but one time he told me, if you go out one-on-one with a guy who is interested in you, he will always think it's a date, even if you say we're only out as friends right now.
That's some good dad advice.
It is good dad advice.
I do agree with that just from life experience too.
Right. So I would definitely hang out with him if he was around his friends at the same time. So
I mean, not that it's the biggest update because I mean, you guys only went on a few dates. You weren't like dating.
We're not like
really,
together.
Whatever.
No.
But the bigger update is the fact that on Friday, you're going to be taking part in something that I'm putting you on the spot for right now. But do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah. So it's funny because literally at the same day that I said I wasn't interested romantically in Bradley anymore, I got a text asking if I would be on the Date Night podcast this Friday. And it's pretty like a big deal.
It's huge
in the Twin Cities. Yeah. So it's like you go on a date. There's like a king or a queen, and then there's 3 like blind dates. I mean, they get to see you, but you're the first time they see you is on this date.
Yes.
And it's in front of a live audience. So I am doing that. And what's hilarious to me is that I am a sub. I'm like going in for someone else who had a schedule conflict.
Yeah.
So I doubt it's going to work out with me and this dude because I'm one of the 3 dates that's going on this date with this one guy on Friday. But hey, it'll be a fun time at least. And I'm excited to just have the experience. And I'm fingers crossed I'll be a fan favorite and turn into the Bachelorette next season. Some kind of thing like that. You know?
They'll be like, we got to get her on to be the main contestant if he doesn't end up picking you. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, that's super fun. All right. We did get a winner on the phone for this contest for connections. I believe her name is Paris. Okay. Ooh. Hi, Paris. How are you today?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Okay, Paris, I gave 4 words. You got to tell me how they're all connected, okay? The words, once again, were orange, blackberry, apple, and pear. Paris, what is the connection?
They're all tech products.
Paris, that is correct.
Yay!
Good job.
Yeah, girl.
So
what is orange?
Hold on, I got to Google it.
Because I think pear is from a TV show, isn't it?
It's from iCarly.
Yes.
And Orange is a telecom company.
Okay.
It's either a tech product or company. But Paris, congratulations. You are the winner. You're going to be seeing The Weeknd coming up on June 14th, as well as Halsey on Friday, June 20th. I don't know what kind of vacation you have for work. You probably won't need it, though, if you don't work weekends, because it's a Saturday and a Friday. So you're going to be having a great week. Paris, we'll get you on hold. We'll get you all set up for that. Congratulations. Okay, coming up next, Bailey and I have a bone to pick with Vontavious. And because of that, we are going to take him to People's Court.
Justice for Vont already.
Find out what he did now.
Justice
coming up.
for Bailey and Jenny.
Yeah, coming up next on KDWB.
The Twin Cities #1 hit music station, 101.3 KDWB.
The city.
Las Vegas.
Vegas, make some noise!
The event.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
Live. Welcome. One stage.
2 nights. The biggest stars in music return this September.
To make history.
The world's biggest artists are taking this stage.
Stream live only on Hulu.
I said, woo! Listen right here as the star-studded lineup is revealed.
Tuesday morning, June 3rd.
At 7.
From the Custom One MN.com Weather Center.
We'll see cloudy skies today with a few light showers here and there. A high of 66. Tomorrow's going to be cloudy, a high of 69.
This report is sponsored by Luggage World.
Before your next trip, visit Luggage World for the largest selection of luggage and travel accessories and lowest prices guaranteed. With friendly, expert staff and in-house luggage warranty repair, Luggage World has it all. Luggage World in St. Louis Park and Osseo.
Who's ready for the most basketball action of the summer? Ice Cube's Big Three is back. The hottest 3-on-3 basketball league in the world. See superstar ballers like Dwight Howard, Michael Beasley, Jordan Crawford, and more. Legendary coaches, Hall of Famers, big plays, and musical guest performances. It's something you don't want to miss. It's basketball the way it's meant to be played. Big Three basketball. Watch every weekend, all summer long on CBS and Vice.
If your AC's wheezing like a walrus,
or sounding like it swallowed a kazoo,
we see it every spring here at Northern 1 Hour Air.
Last year's no big deal ends up this year's why is it so hot in here?
That's why we pop the hood, tighten what's loose, and clean what's filthy.
And reset your AC to chill mode.
No fluff, just facts, filters, and cold air.
Call or go online to schedule your $49 spring essential tune-up today.
Northern 1 Hour Air.
KDWB FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Tired of buffering? USI Fiber brings you blazing fast internet, no lag, no hassle. We're not just speedy, we're friendly, local, and always here to help. Stream, game, or work from home seamlessly with unbelievably simple internet. USI Fiber. Visit usifiber.com.
Ideal Image Laser Hair Removal number 15. No more shaving, ever. Imagine what you could do with that extra 30 minutes a day. How about nothing? Because you deserve a break. Right now, get up to 84% off laser hair removal. Go to idealimage.com or call 1-800-BE-IDEAL.
Hey, it is not too late for a deep spring cleaning on your home. Give my friends at Zero Res a call today. This month, 20% off of all services with Zero Res. Go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and tell them that KDWB sent you.
Hey, Minnesota drivers, I-494 will be closed between Highway 100 and Highway 77 several weekends in late May and early June for construction. Don't get stuck in traffic. Visit 511mn.org for traffic updates and detours.
You could wonder what to do on Saturday until it's Sunday, or hit 612 Saturdays at Target Field. Get to the park early for $6 drinks, $1 snacks, and $2 food. Hit the weekend wind-up with 612 Saturdays, presented by Carbliss. Join in at twins.com/tickets.
Hear that? That's the sound of another person saying yes to their guaranteed cash offer from Chris Lindahl Real Estate. Every time a bell rings, another homeowner gets their freedom. Because accepting a guaranteed cash offer means you're in control. You can sell your house on your terms, and you can move on to the next chapter of your life. In a shifting economy, certainty is success. When you gamble by listing your house on the open market, there's no guarantee that it will sell. But when you accept your guaranteed cash offer, it's guaranteed. Get yours today at chrislindahl.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't postpone better sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale now. Upgrade to a premium bed from a curated selection and take your rest to the next level. Don't miss out. Visit Mattress Firm.
Hey, what's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. Have you been injured in a car or motorcycle accident? Get Nicolay. We're award-winning accident and injury lawyers with offices throughout Minnesota and Wisconsin. Remember, insurance companies fear the flannel. If you've been injured, go to nicolaylaw.com today.
Buying a new car might make you say, I can't believe it.
Seriously, it's ours? Is this real life?
But what you really need to say is, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, Spruce, Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Shane Company engagement rings are expertly crafted to fit both your style and your lifestyle.
My wife's an artist and works with her hands. Shane Company helped me create a ring that's beautiful and sleek. She loves it.
Shane Company rings are crafted with care using high-quality materials, and we set each center stone by hand in our jeweler's workshop right here in our store. We also protect your ring, including the center stone, with our unmatched free lifetime warranty. Let us help you find your perfect ring, in-store and at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Get premium entrees at Whole Foods Market. Save 20% on no antibiotics ever beef top sirloin steaks with Prime through May 27th. Sizzle them on the grill for a deliciously juicy main. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
Good morning. Traffic is heavy on Highway 100, southbound from 50th Street to the crosstown. We have construction. It's down to 1 lane, and the southbound entrance from the westbound crosstown is closed. Lafayette Freeway, heavy northbound from Plato to 94. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by St. Paul College. Looking to get ahead this summer? Take classes at St. Paul College. You'll enjoy small class sizes and get top-notch student support, and you can save thousands of dollars in tuition. Plus, the credits you earn can be transferred. Classes start in May and June. Don't wait. Learn more at stpaul.edu.
For exclusive coverage of the trial that's gripping the nation.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Watch the Dave Ryan Show on YouTube. Just search Dave Ryan TV. Live on YouTube and the iHeartRadio app. It's 101.3 KDWB.
Check us out on YouTube TV. We are live streaming today. You won't see Dave's mug today or the rest of this week, but you can see myself, Bailey, and Vaunt on YouTube.
Yeah, baby, we are here. Just search Dave Ryan TV.
All right.
It's time for me to get slandered.
Yeah, shush it over there.
My name dragged through the mud.
It is time for People's Court here on KDWB. Today, it is Bailey and Jenny versus Vaunt.
All rise.
All rise. Technically, we don't have like a formal judge because Bailey and I are both taking Vaunt to court, but I'm going to let Bailey proceed with why she is upset with Vaunt.
And I have no clue what this is.
Yeah, he doesn't. We're
what the
surprising
reason
him.
is.
Yes, thank you, judge / co-defendant. Are we the defendants?
Yeah.
Yes, Jenny.
Nope, he's the defendant.
Co-plaintiff,
Yes,
Jenny.
we're the plaintiffs.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me today. I have a bone to pick with one Vaunt leak because he's being a tool. So here's the story.
I object.
So what happens a lot, so Vaunt does a lot of social media things for us, and occasionally he'll be like scrolling by old videos, or he'll post an old video. And if he's in the room with me when he posts an old video, he'll look at the video and show it to me, and he'll be like, "You look so young in this video." And I'm like, "Okay, that was last year, so I'm pretty much the same." And he's just like, "No, I think it's because your hair's all one color." And I'll be like, "Okay, sure." And then last week, I got my hair done. I put in lots of blonde highlights for the summer. It's cute. It's very regular girl. I got rid of my pink streak because it was grown out anyway, so it's gone now. And I came in and he's like, "Hey, don't take this the wrong way." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "You look older." Like, what do you mean I look older? Because apparently you can only look young if your hair's one color. And if you have any other colors in your hair, you're old. And Vaunt Leak I'm taking him to court for this because this is trash. This is a garbage way to talk to his favorite coworker.
Objection.
His favorite coworker.
It's nowhere in writing.
It's a garbage thing to say to his favorite coworker. You looked young last year when your hair was one color, and now that your hair has multiple colors in it, you look old.
Yes. Okay. So that's Bailey. That's why Bailey was upset with you. But I also would like to take this.
2 reasons.
I would also like to take the stand myself and back Bailey up in the fact that I have this old headshot that for some reason our sales department has not updated in about 7 to 8 years. So they'll make this graphic promoting some event I'm doing, and it'll be of me, a young buck at 27 years old. And Vaunt will always be like, damn, they couldn't get anything more recent. Like, look at how young you look. And it's like, I think I still look pretty similar. So Vaunt is an ageist.
He's an ageist?
He doesn't like women. No,
he's out here hating women in their 30s.
My neighbor's a woman.
Yeah.
My neighbor's a woman.
So Bailey and I are taking, mostly Bailey, but also I'm here too for support. We're taking Vaunt to court today because Vaunt makes us feel old and tells us we're old pretty much every single day.
It was Jenny's birthday the other day. She's like, I'm 35. And he goes, damn.
I do that literally anytime you bring up anybody's age.
I know.
You could say Ava is 5, and I'll be like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, can I have the floor?
Yes, it's your turn. Your turn to take the stand, Mr. Defendant, Mr. Leak. What do you have to say for yourself?
First and foremost, I don't think I ever once said to Bailey that like you need your hair to be one color because you've had your hair. No, it's my turn. It's my turn. Objection.
Mm-hmm.
I've never
we have to let him speak.
I've never once said that your hair has to be one color for you to look young because that you've had pink streaks, you've had blonde streaks. But I did say to you, yes, I will admit, Bailey came in and I said your hair looks older. But you forgot to mention the part where after I said that, you said, yeah, she didn't do it the way I wanted to and it's messed up now. It just looked like, especially on that first day because it was so fresh, you had gray hair or white hair, just a little bit. And you admitted, yeah, it does not look right. So you agreed with me in that moment.
Not that it looked gray.
Well,
I just thought that the painting placement wasn't the correct way.
To
but
Jenny's point of Jenny, the salespeople putting a young picture of you on our flyers. Yeah, they got to stop doing you dirty. I have no defense for that. It's a photo of Jenny when she first started working here back in 2000.
Yeah.
2000.
To be fair, yes, I was working here at 10 years old.
You look like a whole different person. But I feel like you guys should be happy you have a coworker that is open and in such a respectful way. There could be coworkers that come in here and slander you, drag you through the mud, and actually don't like women.
Respectful about us saying our age, and you'd be like, damn.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere. Like what's respectful about that?
I'm saying it in a nice way. Like, damn, these guys they're respectable older women.
Like that, you little liar.
I say, damn.
You took a vow or an oath or whatever it's called. You cannot lie on the stand right now.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this is our case right now. We need jurors on the phone to decide whether or not Vaunt is guilty. So give us a call. We need 3 people, 651-989 KDWB once again. Bailey, can you sum up real quick why we're taking Vaunt to court?
Yeah, Vaunt tells me that my hair makes me look old when it's not what he wants it to look like, which is one singular color. He said, if my hair's only a singular color, I look young. And if I have any other dimension in my hair, I look old. That's what Vaunt has said to my face on multiple occasions.
The hair in that mole on your chin is what makes you look old.
Okay, all right. And I am just going to back Bailey up for everything she said, on top of the fact that Vaunt basically tells me I'm old anytime there's a picture of me used from a few years ago. Vaunt, your final statement while we wait for jurors to come on the phone.
This is all slander. I've never once said the thing about one color. I did tell Bailey she looks old, and I respect you guys. You should be thankful you have a coworker and a friend that is honest with you guys.
No, I don't need your honesty. You know, the only things I say to you are nice things. Like, you look nice today.
Oh, please.
Shut up.
Okay, we've got some people calling, so we'll get the jurors on the phone right now, 651-989 KDWB. And right after some Lola Young, we will figure out if he is guilty, he has to buy us all coffee tomorrow. Yeah! He's on the phone right now, so he can't defend himself about that. He's buying us coffee tomorrow. Come on, give us a call, 651-989 KDWB. We're getting right back into it. It's People's Court. Bailey and Jenny versus Vaunt today. We have our jurors on the phone.
Slander.
First juror up is Sarah. Good morning, Sarah.
Sarah, come to bat for me.
Absolutely not. I'm on Jenny and Bailey's side.
Oh.
Sometimes you just got to bite your tongue.
You know, Sarah, would you say, because Vaughnt's only, 23?
23, yeah.
That it's his age that he hasn't quite learned how to not say everything that comes out of his mouth?
That could be it. A little bit of naivety.
How are you? Now you're coming back at me by talking about my age. How is that an answer for anything? Your whole problem is that I'm talking about your age.
It's Sarah's moment.
Yeah, it's Sarah's moment.
And she voted for us.
Yeah, Sarah, listen, we appreciate your service today. Thank you. You'll get your parking reimbursed for being a juror today, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sarah. Okay, up next is Ben. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning.
All right, Ben, you heard the case. Vaunt is a guilty man. Okay, just say, sorry.
What do you think?
I'm a little one-sided here. Ben,
Yeah,
what
what do you think,
are your
Ben?
thoughts on this?
We think not guilty.
Why?
Because we really like honesty in our household, and we think it's fun. And my wife will come; she'll get dressed up, and we're in our late 30s too. And sometimes you just got to be honest. It's
okay, Ben. So does your wife come
don't cut
in?
him off.
Does your wife come in? She's looking all cute and stuff, but she's a little self-conscious, and she's like, I don't know. Like, is this color not really for me? And then you come in and you're like, yeah, God, that's hideous.
ugly.
Oh my, is that what you say to her? Or
I would
do you
say
say
early
it
in our relationship, you got to tell them they look good and stuff. But later on, they just want you to be honest.
That's what I'm
if the dress
saying.
doesn't look good, you got to tell her. If the hair doesn't look good, you got to tell her it doesn't look good. So,
And to be fair, Bailey, I never said your hair didn't look good with the seemingly gray streaks in it. I just said it makes you look older.
Okay.
It's getting you ready for when you have a man long term.
You're not saving anything, but
Ben, appreciate you today. However, we are not reimbursing your parking.
No. It's $15.
It's 1-1 right now
It
on the
is 1-1.
jurors. So the last person on the phone is the deciding juror. Can I read a couple of text messages before the jury is announced?
Go ahead.
A couple of text messages. Somebody said, I'm just going to say this now. Justice for Vaunt. Somebody else said, Vaunt, close your mouth. And somebody else, I'm glad people picked up on this. In Vaunt's defense, the damn is a meme. Anytime anyone says any age on this show, I say damn, which is a Kevin Hart reference.
Same time, like I said, and me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn. It's him and Don Cheadle. I'm sorry. And it was a whole meme. So that's where that originates
so you're
from.
also unoriginal. Okay.
Oh, please.
Okay. All right, we're going to get to our final juror. She's been waiting long enough. Misty's on the phone. Hey, Misty.
Hi.
So you've heard the case. You are going to be the deciding juror today because we do not need it to be all guilty or not guilty. That's not how this People's Court works.
No.
Do you believe that Vaunt is guilty today?
Vaunt is guilty.
Justice for Vaunt.
Misty, can you explain your verdict? Why do you feel Vaunt's guilty?
Vaunt is guilty because I thought Vaunt was raised better. Vaunt should know better than to talk about a woman's age.
Yeah.
Misty knows your parents, Vaunt.
But I wasn't talking about Jenny's age. I was commenting on the photo of her.
You just keep trying to pedal back.
A woman's age.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
A
Misty.
woman's age in your discussions.
Yes.
Thank you, that Vaunt.
Yeah, Vaunt.
I love you, Misty. You sound young.
I love you too.
All right. Thank you, Misty. All right, and thanks to all of our jurors for calling in today. We appreciate your service. Vaunt, however, you are guilty and you have to buy us coffee. You didn't hear that part. You were on the phone earlier, so we said that you have to buy us coffee if you lose today. So we'll send you
I'll send you my order.
tomorrow.
Okay. Justice for Vaunt.
Okay, coming up in just like 2 minutes. It's 2 for Tuesday here on KDWB. Every 30 minutes, we're giving away tickets to not only the weekend, but also Halsey. So keep listening. But first, we're going to dive into a quick Dave's Dirt.
The Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
And the dirt is brought to you by 612 Injured, Heimer and Lammers Injury Law. Let's get into some audio, shall we? Hold on, I just got to hit a couple buttons here to get to the right thing. Let's see. It was a big day in the Memorial Day weekend box office. Mission Impossible came in, Lilo and Stitch, all of that stuff, but we don't need to cover that. Let's talk about Miley Cyrus, shall we?
Yeah.
So she did an interview recently and she explained the difference between Disney Channel gays and Nickelodeon gays. I am very curious to hear what she has to say about this.
When's the last time you watched an episode of Hannah Montana?
Okay.
I'm surrounded by gays, and there's a big difference.
Same here.
In Nickelodeon. There's Nickelodeon gays and Disney gays.
Nish, what are the difference between Nickelodeon gays and Disney?
Nickelodeon gays and Nickelodeon, no offense, but in general, they do like boogers and like bro jokes.
Okay.
And Disney, I would like to think, is a little bit more, fabulous, especially if it's about a teenage pop star wearing a wig, like being the most famous drag queen for kids ever.
I see.
And I'm like, you're gay and you like don't live for Hannah Montana. What's wrong with you? So I introduced them to Hannah, and obviously they were gagged. They're obsessed with her. I was offended.
Awesome. And then Lizzo also is opening up about why she's not been talking about her weight loss.
Can we get into the body?
Sure.
I lost 123 pounds. How much have you lost today?
You're crazy.
I can't ask you that.
I don't think I've talked about it.
I know, that's what I'm asking.
I don't want people to clock my tea. Okay. All right. If I say the number,
Yes.
I don't think people could do the math. I don't care.
Do you care about numbers?
I've just seen a lot of TikToks where it's like, Lizzo talks about her 500-pound weight loss. I'm like,
Well, you were never 500 pounds.
I was like,
Yeah.
yo, why are y'all putting numbers on me? Like, it kind of annoys me. So a part of me is like, should I say the number to dead it, or should I leave it a mystery? That's always the crossroads I'm at.
I honestly was thinking that she's going to be a little offended more so than like kind of joking about that there.
Is she on Ozempic? Is that what she did? Or no one talks about being on Ozempic? They just do it.
I don't know. And I don't want to assume because
I
whatever.
didn't know if she openly said that or not.
I mean, I know that she definitely talks about how she's got like more of a workout routine and stuff. But however, she always has worked out. Like she always has had some kind of like a movement, I think, in her daily routine, or at least like some days a week. Okay, well, enough of that. We are going to get into another chance to win Halsey and the Weeknd tickets. So we're going to play a little game here. It's called Guess That Artist's Real Name. Because if you did not know, Halsey's real name is what, Vaughn?
Halsey's real name is Ashley Nicolette Frangipane. I don't know if I pronounced that last name right. But it's not Halsey.
Yes. So let's play a little game. We need a couple callers on the phone right now. Give us a call, 651-989 KDWB. We're going to give you some artist names, and you're going to guess whether or not it's their real name. And with Halsey, I know that Halsey is just Ashley spelt differently. Oh, so that's the one fact I know about.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, at least, I don't know. Maybe I should Google and fact check myself.
No,
but
you
I'm
are right.
almost positive that that's like how she got Halsey to be her name. But there's so many people's names. Like, I don't know Drake's real name. It's something different. I know 50. Oh, I probably shouldn't say some of these because Vaughn's gonna Vaughn's gonna like use these. Then I'm gonna give away all these answers right now. But whoever is calling right now, 651-989 KDWB. You have a shot at tickets to see The Weeknd and Halsey. The Weeknd's coming to US Bank Stadium just in a couple weeks here, June 14th. And then Halsey will be at the Somerset Amphitheater on June 20th. So those are Saturday and Friday night concerts, which are the best. Super exciting. All right, I think we have a contestant on the phone. Vaughn, who should I go to? Oh,
let's go to Libby first.
Libby first?
Yes.
Okay, Libby. Hello, good morning, Libby. How are you doing today?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. You have a good weekend. Did you have yesterday off for Memorial Day?
Yes, I did.
Oh, hell yeah.
Win the back-to-back championship.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Love that. Okay. Well, we're going to get right into this. Vaughn's going to ask you some questions. Let's give her 2 out of 3 she's got to get.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So Vaughn's going to ask you some questions. If you get 2 out of 3, you are the winner.
And I'll give you multiple choice too. Okay.
Yep.
All right. The first, this is their actual name, Elizabeth Woolridge Grant. Now, what artist is that? Is that Phil Collins, Lana Del Rey, or Taylor Swift? Elizabeth Woolridge Grant.
No Googling.
The first one you said. Wait, can you say the
Phil
first
Collins, Lana Del Rey, or Taylor Swift?
Lana Del Rey.
Correct.
God, Phil Collins is named Elizabeth.
Okay, you got 1 correct. You need 2 out of 3 to get these Weeknd and Halsey tickets. Next one, Catherine Elizabeth Hudson. Is that Beyonce? Is it Madonna? Or is it Katy Perry? Catherine Elizabeth Hudson.
It's Katy Perry.
Correct.
Hey!
And just for ish and giggles, let's do one more, but you got the tickets.
Woo, okay.
Who is Charlotte Emma Aitchison? I don't know if I pronounced the last name right, but is that Charlie XCX? Is that Shania Twain? Or is that Adele?
Ooh.
Charlotte Emma Aitchison.
Charlie XCX.
Correct.
Woo!
Good.
Nice. Right on.
Libby, you crushed it. Congratulations. You're going to be seeing Halsey and The Weeknd. You nailed it today. Congrats.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Good for you,
You're
girl.
so welcome. All right. We have somebody on the phone. They're waiting to get on for group therapy. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll get right into it. She has been dating someone new and everything is perfect. Like everything's going great except for this one thing that is very important to a relationship that she's just like not sure she can look past. We're going to help her out next on group therapy.
Oh, I leave quite an impression. 5 feet.
And in the morning show on KDWB, where you're never more than 30 minutes away from winning 2 for Tuesday.
Woo.
Two for Tuesday.
2 for Tuesday.
What does that mean, Bailey?
It means that you not only get to go see The Weeknd, but you also get to see Halsey. You're getting 2 for 1.
Sounds like a good deal at Cracker Barrel. 2 for Tuesday.
Oh gosh, I love Cracker Barrel.
It is. But speaking of deals, you can get 2 Red Bulls for the price of 2, but then an extra one for free. So it's 3 Red Bulls for the price of 2 at Holiday Station stores. So go get that deal right now. Buy 2, get 1 free. All right, enough chit-chatting, you guys. We've got Maggie on the phone. She needs our help.
101.3 KDWB, The Dave Ryan Show.
Therapy.
Good morning, Maggie. How are you today?
Good morning. Not too bad. How are you guys?
Oh, doing good. So we got your email yesterday about you need a little bit help on group therapy today. And it's nothing like earth-shattering. It's not dramatic. However, to you, it does feel a little bit like that. So tell us what's going on with your newish relationship.
Yeah. So I'm calling because I've been seeing this really great guy. And, we've been talking to each other for about 6 months now. We met originally on Tinder. And I worried because when I was on there, I've met a lot of schlubs when I've been dating, and I've been dating apps before, but this guy really checked out. Good job, makes good money, has no kids, and he has been such a gentleman since the very beginning. But we're on like completely opposite pages when it comes to sex drive.
I really thought you were going to say like politics for a second, because I know that that's a huge thing. But okay, sex drive. All right, go on.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine like having it casually, and sometimes even less than the average person. But y'all, I'm a Scorpio. Like, we're known for being freaks. Like,
okay,
Is that true?
Is that a thing?
I think it's like I have a family member who says that they're a Scorpio, and that's definitely like a trait of Scorpio.
It is like the sexy one of all of the
Scorpio
astrology signs.
Okay.
The Scorpio.
Yeah, that's what I was
sexy one.
The zodiac signs. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like we're ready to go whenever. So I in the beginning, I was okay with it because I thought we're still getting to know each other. Everything is really new. But now we're coming out of this sweet honeymoon stage, and I'm ready to like get it on. And
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
I have to say that usually it's the opposite, where in the honeymoon phase, you are kind of getting it on all the time. And then you kind of are like, well,
all right. Okay.
The butterflies kind of went away. I'm not like so excited as much. So this feels actually a little bit weird that you went through the honeymoon phase and it already wasn't exactly up to the amount. Now, I do have to ask a personal question here. How often are you looking to be having sex?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. If not every night, like at least 5 to 6 nights a week, definitely.
Okay. Some of us have jobs. But okay, I love that for you. I love that for you. And have you been able to get close to that, or what's been going on with you guys?
Oh no, we're 6 months in and we have only done it once every couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
I mean,
like
to some
twice a
people,
month?
that is a lot.
Yeah.
To some people, that is a lot.
But early in your relationship, though, because if it's 6 months, I mean, 6 months is kind of a long time. But if she's saying that even early on, it wasn't that much, and now it's gone to twice a month, if that, then it just feels like when you're early in your relationship, isn't that when you want to do it all the time?
It is. Maggie, have you tried to initiate things a little bit more often, or like, do you kind of just get the vibe already that he's not interested, so you're not even really trying?
No, I've definitely tried, and that's what's so funny is I thought with him being the dude too, that I was like, oh, he'll be pursuing me. But no, it's the opposite way. Like, there was definitely one night in the car late night where we were trying to have, we were having a really good deep conversation in a parking lot, and I tried to get it going with him, and he straight up denied me. And I just figured, we're in the car. He's not ready for that. It might be too much. So no, another time we were laying in bed, and I just tried to,
do a little touch, a little touchy-feely.
Yeah. Yeah. So 6 months, and this is where we're at. Only every couple of weeks.
Oh, when you were in the bed, he didn't like go along with it either?
No, and I was trying to be flirty and drop hints and get things going myself, and he was just not biting.
Have you had any deep conversations with him about it? Like try to get to the bottom of it?
I've tried some, but every time I do, he kind of shuts it down and acts like, oh, it's no big deal, and it's so new anyway, which is just weird to me.
Yeah, you're like, it was new, but it's not anymore.
6 months is still relatively new, but I get what you're saying.
So, Maggie, basically what you need help with today is, do you continue pursuing this relationship, or are you looking for some advice of how to see if you guys can start having more relations, or what are you kind of looking for today?
Yeah, I want to know, has anybody else experienced this? And did you eventually get to where y'all can meet in the middle, or did you not? And was this the deal breaker?
For sure. Well, we're getting some texts coming in, but we'd love to hear your voice as well. If you want to give us a call, 651-989-KDWB. Basically, Maggie called in to say she's been dating someone 6 months in, and they're just not at the same level sex drive-wise. Maggie wants a lot of sex, and her partner is kind of like, nah, every once in a while is good for me.
Yeah.
So she's wondering if it's like a deal breaker. Should she end things because they're just not at the same level? Or is there a way to kind of meet in the middle? So give us a call, 651-989-KDWB.
I think every night is a lot. Maggie said, like, if not every night, a couple, like 5 to 6, which is still like weeknights. That's a lot.
Well, it's not necessarily weeknights. It could just be every other day.
I'm just 5 days.
Yeah. I mean, if there's two people in a relationship and they're both feeling the same way, then I feel like that would be totally normal. Because I think we asked forever ago, like months ago, like, how often do you do it? And some people were like, every single day. And if it's normal for them, but I think that's the problem, is that she and her boyfriend are on two completely different like planes of existence when it comes to this.
Right, exactly. I mean, some of the text coming in is like, it's not going to improve. This person said he might not be that into you, which I don't know that necessarily is the truth. It might just be that he has a lower sex drive. Shut it down. He's not going to suddenly grow a stronger sex drive, and that is okay. Someone else said. Let's see. I'm a Scorpio and single. Give her my number. Now, Maggie, I don't think is looking quite yet. Just like, let her have a chance here. All right. We've got some people on the phone here. First up, Sydney, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. You heard Maggie's story with the different sex drives with her partner. Do you have advice for her, or do you experience this yourself?
No, I haven't experienced this myself, but the one piece of advice that I would say is just that the reasons that you ignore in the beginning, they usually end up being the reasons that you leave later.
Oh, that's really deep.
That is really good. Okay, Sydney, thank you so much. That's
very good.
Never thought about that before, but okay. Up next, we have Samantha. Good morning, Samantha.
Oh, good morning.
So you heard Maggie's story. Are you calling in for advice, or have you experienced something similar today?
I did experience something similar, and it was like really slow rolling, and like couldn't quite put my finger on it. And so I just started kind of taking the lead and watching some like adult content, movies and videos. And while they wouldn't necessarily say, "Oh yes, I like that," you can always tell through like body language what they prefer. And then I just started like living out those scenarios.
So you guys were watching adult videos together.
Yeah. So
Okay.
It started out with like movies.
Yep.
And like certain scenes where my head would go on a swivel quick because I would see that, body language had changed, in which that's when I would turn around and do those same things. And then I would do it like over the phone or like through texting. Okay. And it just started like so we're like, his kind of amped up, mine kind of didn't slow down, but like, just kind of like meeting each other in the middle a little bit.
Okay. And are you still with this person?
No, but it was a really healthy relationship. We just decided to go our separate ways after a couple of years. We just had other differences.
Yeah.
Things like that. But otherwise, I think if we had those things, it would have been perfect. It's just kind of our environments were just not conducive.
For sure. One other question. When you started like watching videos or noticing body language and stuff, was there a conversation prior with this person of like, hey, like I would like more in the bedroom? Or did you kind of just start like, what's the word? You
sprinkling,
kind of,
breadcrumbs.
You kind of were just like observing and then you did it.
No, I mean, I have like, I don't know. I took a page out of Minnesota Passive Aggressive and was for sure having some like passive aggressive conversations. But I don't think it was. I mean, I don't know. I was direct a couple of times, but I wasn't getting. You know how you ask a question and people go around the horn to answer the question, but they don't directly answer your question.
Yes,
so
beat around the bush.
A few times, and I was like, okay, so we're uncomfortable in this area. What area? How can I get the answer that I seek without him necessarily having to tell me or volunteer the information?
Okay, that's interesting. So you never flat out said, hey, we need to have more sex because I want more sex.
Oh, no, I did.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Okay, so you said it in a way that was like straightforward, not like we should have more sex.
It was like, hey, let's talk about our libidos.
Okay.
Sure.
And the difference, the similarities and the differences of. And so we did that, and so then it was like, well, how do we start to match that? Because, I'm looking at the couch right here and it's looking awful.
You come here often?
So, just how do you start to kind of tick each other's gears in the same direction without necessarily having to force that, but kind of try to get a little psychological on it, implement a bit of psychological warfare, and I think it really goes a long way. Things that are unsaid and more felt and touched, right, is I feel like almost more reciprocated.
For sure. Awesome. Well,
Wow.
thank you so much, Samantha, for calling in. I think that was super helpful. And I think the main thing that you can get out of her is communication.
Yeah.
You have to communicate, and you have to do it in a pretty straightforward way to an extent. I know she said she kind of passive aggressively did stuff, but she did address the situation, which is, this is where my libido's at. Let's get to a meeting point.
Yeah. And a lot of text messages. I mean, there are so many different layers that this could be impacting his sex drive, but a lot of people are just saying, I think she needs to tell him what she wants and be very point blank about it.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like a possible miscommunication. And someone else says, I would have a very clear, open conversation with him about this prior to cutting him off. Because, of course, there's tons of people who are like, this will never change. This happened to me, blah, blah, blah. This is what led to my divorce, et cetera, et cetera. But there could be some underlying issues with him that he's not addressing, which people are kind of conspiracizing about over text as well. But we can't really say unless you have a conversation with him. So you really have to have that communication wavelength
Yes. Especially if he checks all the other boxes too. Like if you said he's making good money, you said he has no kids. So all the other departments he checks out in, it sucks that this is the one big deal breaker, but at least have that convo. I like this other text at 53921. My husband denied my advances as well. I ignored it and made excuses, and it never got better. You should never have to question if he wants you.
So, Maggie, I hope that we helped you today. I think the overall conclusion is that you really do have to address it head on.
Yeah.
And then maybe see if there's a solution. However, if it doesn't change, personally, I'd probably give it a couple months to see if you guys can figure something out. But if it doesn't change, I think that is something that you have to really figure out if you're willing to move forward with.
Yeah. If this is the thing that you want to hang your hat on.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. And girl, get some sleep. 6 nights a week. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Jeez.
I was hoping a Scorpio called or texted in to confirm the thing about Scorpios are freaks.
They're the sexy zodiac.
I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, well, hopefully we helped Maggie out today. If you ever need help on group therapy, it is all up to you to email us, ryanshow@kdwb.com, and we will get you on and get help from not just us buffoons on the Dave Ryan Show, but also other people who actually have experienced things. So thanks so much for doing that today with us, Maggie. And just a reminder, every 30 minutes, we're giving away tickets for Halsey and the Weeknd. It's 2 for Tuesday. So keep listening. We're about 6-ish minutes away from your next chance at winning. And coming up next, we'll play a little lyric shuffle. It's going to be Bailey versus Vaughn today on 101.3 KDWB. It's the Dave Ryan in the Morning Show. Just a couple minutes away from your next chance to win the 2 for Tuesday, Halsey, and the weekend tickets. But first, we're going to play Lyric Shuffle. So today, it's going to be Vaunt versus Bailey.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to jump right into this because I don't want to be late giving away these tickets. So,
Okay.
Bailey, we'll have you go first today.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'll try.
Here we go. Something
in the way she moves makes me feel like. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to fire that.
It's okay. I got it.
Good job. You got it. Okay. Point for Bailey. Good job. All right,
Thanks.
Vaunt, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Crying.
I can hear your heart crying out for me.
Ooh.
That's Mario. I can hear your heart. Oh my God, such a good song.
Good job, Vaunt. All right.
Nice
point
job.
And point.
Okay.
Round 2, Bailey.
All right. As long as you love me, who you are, where you're from. Thank you.
You guys are fast today.
Thank you. And I realize I don't have to be fast. I just have to get it before it beeps.
Yeah.
Honk, honk, honk.
But you only get like 5 seconds. So
Okay.
you do have to be pretty fast.
Fastish. Okay.
Okay, Vaunt, here's your word. Tonight.
Tonight we are young.
Great song.
Yes.
Love that song.
I love it too. I will say I don't think that's really in your register. There we go. See, that sounded a little bit better.
Sorry.
That-
I went falsetto straight.
Yeah.
Should have just done it regularly.
I mean, I forget what his name is, but the lead singer of Fun has one of the most beautiful voices
It is
ever.
pretty. It's interesting and different, which is nice.
I thought you said he's pretty. And I was like, is he pretty?
Is he pretty? I don't know.
It's pretty.
It's
His
pretty.
voice is. Okay, after round 2, it's tied 2-2. We're on to round 3. This is Bailey's word.
Okay.
Talk.
Wrong.
Talk.
Can we just talk?
Oh, nice.
Can we just talk? Khalid. I'd love to go to a Khalid concert.
All right.
job.
I'll reach out to them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Vaunt got the steal, and
Shoot.
now this one's going to be for Vaunt
Yes.
to start.
Okay.
4.
For tonight, something. It's Giveon. Because all I want to do is cry with you. The song is called For Tonight.
For tonight, something.
I know, but I can't give you that.
Yes, you can. Why?
Vaunt, you literally said something. This is
I
this
said
is not,
for
I don't know
tonight.
the words karaoke. I need like a line, a full line. I'm not giving you that. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Bailey?
Nice deal. 1, 2, 3, 4. My baby don't mess around.
okay.
I was thinking the number 4.
You did think the number 4. Okay.
Vaunt's
I'm, keeping
Justice for Vaunt.
I'm keeping it interesting right now.
I'm not going to fight you. We're literally seconds away from your next keyword for Weekend and Halsey tickets.
Not
Except
keyword.
not keyword.
Not keyword.
Oh, yes,
but
for your
yes,
chance to
we're going to
call.
give you those tickets away in just a second. All right, final round.
All right.
It's tied 3-3. This is Bailey's word.
Okay.
Pretty.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and gay, and I pity.
You can tell
West
by her
Side
voice.
Story.
Good job.
Which ones are show tunes and which ones are regular songs?
I always just know anytime I think of a show tune in my head, I think pick something else, and then I thought I have nothing else, so that's what I picked. West Side Story. It's great.
Love it. Okay, Vaunt, you got to get this one, and then we'll go to a tiebreaker if you do, okay?
Yes.
Here we go. Gotta.
Nothing.
I got a feeling.
Oh my gosh.
Man, Vaunt,
That
I thought
tonight's
that one was
gonna
going to be an
be-
easy one for you. I'm sorry.
What does it matter? You would have robbed me of the points anyway, Jennifer.
Whatever. All right, I have to be strict sometimes, okay?
Justice for Vaunt. That's all I got to say.
They used to call me Headmaster Jenny on this show.
Is that what they used to call you?
No, seriously, they did for a while. They called me Headmaster Jenny, and then that went away. So, okay, enough of that. Congratulations, Bailey. Won today.
Woo!
You are the winner. Vaunt, don't worry. Next week, you'll play Dave, and you'll probably beat him, okay? Okay. All right, we're going to give you those tickets for 2 for Tuesday. It's Halsey and the Weekend. Halsey's going to be at the Somerset Amphitheater, and the Weeknd's going to be at US Bank Stadium. We're going to make it easy this time. It's 651-989-KDWB. That's our phone number. What do? You dial it. You call, and if you're caller number 10, you're going to win the tickets to see both Halsey and the Weeknd. So give us
number
a call.
10. That's so
I
easy.
know. Isn't it easy, Bailey?
I could play that.
Yes, you have fingers. You can dial it.
Yeah.
651-989-KDWB, and then we'll get caller number 10. All right, and we're going to jump right into a War of the Roses. This is a classic War of the Roses where he poops his pants. Yes, you heard that correctly. He poops his pants. Here we go.
Why do people want to air their drama on War of the Roses? We have no idea, but boy, are we glad they do. War of the Roses starts right now on KDWB.
All right, here we go with War of the Roses. It's an engaged couple. So sometimes if we do an engaged couple, you really hope it works out because you don't want something ugly to happen. You never know what's going to happen on War of the Roses, even though you can kind of predict sometimes. Let's talk to Callie and find out what's going on with Daniel and why you're here on KDWB. What's up, Callie?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Not super optimistic about the situation. Basically, Daniel is he's my fiance. We've been together for about 5 years. Our wedding is next fall. He's an avid runner. He runs, it doesn't matter, rain, shine, snow. He's like the Postal Service. And he's training right now for grandmas. And a couple weeks back, he came back from his training and rushed into the house and went straight to the bathroom. And I was like, babe, what's up? Like, are you okay? He's like, don't ask. And so at that point, I was like, well, you have to tell me. And
because if he says, okay, so if he runs, because if you as a runner, you do. If you're out for a run, you come in, you're sweaty, but your partner knows, and you don't run right for the shower. So he arouses suspicion when you say, what are you doing? And he's like, don't ask. So did you get sprayed by a skunk? What happened?
Exactly. That's what his look made me think, like, okay, something happened. So he tells me, he's like, I crapped my pants. And I'm like, okay. Like, I mean, it happens. I know it happens to runners quite frequently.
It actually does. Yeah. When they're doing a distance run and their belly gets a churning and you don't want to stop and you're 4 miles from home, it does happen.
One more reason to not run, I tell you.
Yeah, not a big deal. I kind of find it funny. Like, I chuckle, whatever. Life goes on. For the following 2 weekends that he did the same kind of training, same exact thing happened. And he runs in and he's like, oh, I crap my pants. And I'm just like, oh, what's going on with your bowels, dude? Like, this cannot be happening frequently. Something is wrong.
Yes.
And so then I was like, oh, are you sure you didn't just cheat on me in the car or something? And the way he looked at me, it was just like this moment where I think back on it and I'm like, okay, that was weird. And then he said, oh, how did you know? And then kind of like laughed it off like it was a joke, but the timing was not appropriate.
Timing was off. So if he really did crap his pants 3 times, and then you're like, what are you doing? So when you said make out in the car, I think what you're referring to is he met somebody in the car, or what do you mean made out in the car?
Well, like hooked up with somebody in the car.
Okay.
You know, like that's kind of like the joke that I was saying, and then the way he reacted kind of fueled that suspicion. And I was just saying it as a joke because I thought it was very suspicious that he keeps crapping his pants as a 30-year-old man.
Well, let me tell you, the older you get, the looser your bowels are going to. I'm just saying.
I believe you without, I don't need a visual.
You get to be about 32, 33. You can't even like lean over to pick up your cup of coffee without pooping yourself.
Oh. So your butt becomes
that's scary.
Multiple centimeters dilated like a woman giving birth.
No, it's like your O-rings don't close anymore. So you got that little stopper. You know what I mean? Like a little stopper.
Yeah.
The stopper comes out. So you lean over to tie your shoe. Next thing you know, you got to run to the shower and change your pants and take a shower.
What age does that
32.
start? Oh! God.
Okay.
But,
All right. But let's get serious again. So you do have some real suspicion, and this is your fiance. So as much as we're laughing about it, it's kind of serious, but I would believe the poop story.
Yeah.
But that's when you said, I can't necessarily believe the poop story because something else happened. What happened then?
Right. This past weekend, I was visiting my mom in Grand Forks, and he posted a picture of himself showing off his beard that he just grew. And on his Apple Watch, I could read a message that had been sent, and it says, "Wanna bang." I zoomed in and could clearly read "Wanna bang" as a sent message. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, this can't be two extremely, really weird things happening all at the same time. And it's just red flags. And that's when I messaged you guys to see if you can help me out.
So when you send a text on an Apple Watch, it shows the name at the top of the Apple Watch screen. What was the name?
It wasn't a name. It was a phone number only.
Okay.
So did you call the phone number?
I couldn't, because all it was the area code and then the first 3 digits, but the last 4 were cut off. Otherwise, I would have called them and like, what? You know what I mean? Like,
who is this?
Because you really can't send a message to anybody that says "wanna bang" without arousing suspicion.
It's also just beyond suspicious that it would be a non-saved number. Like that to me tells you everything you need to know. Because if you were writing that like as a funny joke, then you would have a funny joke like that with a friend. And a friend, you would have their number saved as their name in your phone. So I don't know about, it's weird.
All right. Well, here's what we can do. By the way, we do have a picture of that Apple Watch text.
Okay.
And we're going to put it on DaveRyanShow.com so you can take a look at it. It's not good. I mean, you can play detective work if you want to, but we're going to erase out the phone number so people won't start calling around trying to find people.
Okay, perfect.
So go look at that on DaveRyanShow.com. And here's what we'll do. We'll call Daniel in a few minutes and we'll do the roses ploy where we say, who do you want to send roses to? And then hopefully he'll say you. But if he doesn't, then you've got some information, some pretty powerful information. We'll come back with part 2 of War of the Roses next on KDWB.
No one gives away more concert tickets than 101.3 KDWB. And all day today, we're doubling up. That's right.
All right, obnoxious. Stop it. You're going to break the furniture.
Won't be the first time, probably.
Yeah, well, at least I didn't break the fucking equipment.
You broke the bed, though. You and every guy in fucking Pioneer Hall. Oh, a re-recording?
I've told you a million times it's either T Hall or Frontier. And at 7:35, we need your help on group therapy. A bride doesn't want to invite someone very important to her wedding. How does she deal with that?
Well,
Fucking Dave!
we'll see. Shh. We'll see you tomorrow.
7:35. Make sure you're listening all morning. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking, I don't know if anyone ever did.
What?
Enjoy any of this.
This. Ew. Shut up, Vaught. Bailey, can you pull my shirt back?
No, that's not helping anything. There we go. That's not. It was better.
Pillsbury Doughboy, bitch.
I'm sorry. Damn.
Accessories and lowest prices guaranteed. With friendly, expert staff and in-house luggage warranty repair, Luggage World has it all. Luggage World in St. Louis Park and Osseo.
Hey, it's Dave and Jenny. Before we turn the microphones on, Jenny and I were chatting. I didn't know the average woman spends so much time on unwanted hair, tweezing and plucking and shaving.
Well, yeah, we got the leg hair, the underarm hair, we got the eyebrow hair, all that good stuff. But there is a solution for that. You can go to Ideal Image and get laser hair removal. And then you've saved so much time.
Right?
So now you can do more important things in life, like scrolling on TikTok.
Yeah, you got to have the TikTok time for sure. Right now, you can get up to 84% off on laser hair removal. Yes, I said up to 84% off on laser hair removal. My wife, my daughter, Allison, have both been to Ideal Image underarm hair removal. They were very happy with the results at Ideal Image. And right now, up to 84% off on laser hair removal.
Call them today to get their promo pricing, not only on the laser hair removal, but also injectables, cool sculpting, and more at 1-800-BE-IDEAL. That's 1-800-BE-IDEAL.
Or check them out online at idealimage.com. Make sure you tell them Dave and Jenny sent you.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check for your wallet first before hitting the drive-thru.
$6.
Take your time, just in your own words. Tell me why you're on War of the Roses.
We both have an Apple Watch, right? Their relationship is too close at this point, and I think he's using... One girl decides to sit on Adam's lap in the pool.
She came home
and I noticed scratching on her back.
I'll admit I was wrong. What else can I say, girl? Can't you play my head and not my
I checked his phone. Sometimes you kind of get the urges to.
I was drunk, I was gone. That don't make it right, but promise there were no feelings involved.
He has this like blue, nice peacoat, but he comes home and I've been noticing these like long women's hairs stuck to it.
So she strips down, and while she's walking into the bathroom, I see something stuck to her. So I pull it off. I'm like, what the hell is this?
How long has this been going on?
You're f***ing Robert, I know it.
So my boyfriend was caught with second-degree burns from chocolate syrup that he was using to pleasure himself with. We are rekindling our relationship. He basically asked him out right in front of me. Like, we have to go out
My
sometime.
ex-boyfriend, he needed a place to live. You know, he can live in my snowmobile trailer.
It's my fault, but you gotta believe me when I say it only happened once.
What? I mean, this is crazy. Can we just have like a conversation like real people?
Are you schooling her?
You know what? Can you be a little bit more insecure? You know, this is
She said, save your apologies, baby. I just gotta know how long has this been going on?
It's been a long time coming, and I'm sorry.
You're a piece of work. You know, you're a piece of work. Because what?
I'm a piece of work.
Believe that this is an ex-girlfriend. Just delete that.
You've been acting so shady. I've been feeling it lately.
You go all hang out with your slut brigade every
Whoa, the slut brigade.
Okay, so then you're admitting it now. You're admitting it. Like, I caught you before and you were lying, and now you're admitting it.
And you're sending her roses instead of me?
She said, boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show?
She lied and said that her birth control didn't work, so she was already pregnant. So then they had sex without any protection. That's how she got
Ooh,
pregnant.
that's a dirty trick.
So she tricked him.
I'm sorry, is there any truth to this?
How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me.
Your husband put us up to this. Maybe you owe him an explanation.
Yep.
Trick a woman into saying things?
But we trick men too, to be fair.
We
We're
trick
equal
men most of the
opportunity.
time.
Listen, I had to have sex with her. Like, listen, I had to save my job.
I've heard guys squirm on War of the Roses before. You are not even able to complete a full sentence.
I even my psychic had told me that we were soulmates and that, we would have a family. And I just know that this is the right guy.
Okay, well, you realize that sounds pretty psycho.
I've been feeling it lately, baby.
Avenue to France. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mr. Rooter. A leaking spigot can cause hidden water damage and costly repairs. This season, get $300 off a frost-free spigot installation. Supplied and installed by the pros at Mr. Rooter Plumbing. Find the Twin Cities plumbing experts at MrRooter.com.
iHeartRadio Diddy trial update.
The trial resumes today after being off Friday and Monday.
The first witness expected to take the stand is Capricorn Clark, a former employee of Diddy's, followed by witnesses from the LA police and fire departments.
This after the jury heard explosive testimony Thursday from rapper Kid Cudi, who detailed run-ins with Diddy while dating his ex, Cassie Ventura, including when he believed the hip-hop mogul blew up his car.
For more insider info direct from the courtroom, search Diddy on the iHeartRadio app.
Now live on streaming video, KDWB's Dave Ryan Show is now on YouTube every morning starting at 7 a.m. Just search Dave Ryan TV. And now, the dramatic conclusion of War of the Roses. Well, a girl can hope. 101.3 KDWB.
We are going to make a phone call in a second. We'll get right to that. But let me recap in case you missed it really quickly. So a woman called in. I think her name is Callie. And she said, something's going on with my fiance. He's a runner. He's been training. He's one of those people that runs like in bad weather, ice, snow. He's out all the time. I admire those people. And but she said there's something weird been going on. He'll come back from his run. And a few weeks ago, he went right to the shower. And usually he comes in and doesn't run right to the shower. And she's like, what's going on with you? He's like, you don't want to know. And she says, well, now I really want to know. He's like, well, I was running and I messed my pants, which does happen when you're running. It's not a common thing, but it does happen, especially with distance runners. So she's like, well, okay, funny, whatever, laughs it off. Happens again a few days later. And then happens again a few days later. And she's like, are you really taking a shower because you messed your pants? Or are you meeting somebody out in a car somewhere to hook up?
Hello.
Ha, 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 ha. And by his reaction, she was like, that's not how he should have reacted. Yeah. So then she got suspicious. She goes out of town. I think she said Grand Forks or Fargo somewhere this past weekend. And he posted a picture of his new beard. And he's like showing off his beard. She looks at his Apple Watch and there's a picture on there, or it's a text that says, let's bang, on his Apple Watch that he had sent.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, okay, what is going on? We're going to make a phone call.
Oh, it's Wanna, by the way, not Let's.
Oh,
just so
Wanna,
you have it.
okay.
Wanna. And the picture of the Apple Watch is up on DaveRyanShow.com.
Oh, there's a picture up online?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I know she sent it to us, so it's now up online for everybody to see on DaveRyanShow.com.
I double checked because I was panicked because while you were out, I accidentally posted someone's name on an image.
Yep.
And so it is marked out, the phone number portion.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's make the phone call right now. Then we'll talk to Jonathan Fogel on his whole thought on War of the Roses on KDWB.
Daniel, I really want to thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate feedback. And we're going to send out a dozen long-stem romantic roses for you. So they'll look like they're coming directly from you. We'll have no association with them. Who would you like to send those roses to?
Wow. Why don't you send them to Leanne?
Okay. And you can attach a card if you would like. What would you like the card to say?
Yeah, let's just say love whatever it is we have going.
I mean, this is like none of my business, but I am bored here at work. What do you mean, like, what we have going? Is that like someone you're kind of seeing, or is this like you're hoping? Because I've been in that situation before.
Yeah, I mean, just whatever. I don't know. It's just kind of...
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you know.
Surprise. Do you like surprises,
Good
Daniel?
question, yeah.
What?
Yeah, this is always the weird part. It's kind of a surprise, and people say they love surprises or they don't like surprises. This is a surprise part because we're going to turn your world all topsy-turvy for a second here, Daniel, because we weren't really calling with a legitimate survey to send flowers to Leanne. We were put up to this by your girlfriend, your fiance, Callie. And when I say we were put up to this, I mean the Dave Ryan Show on KDWB Radio. Callie called us and said, hey, I think Daniel's been up to something. So we want to see who he sends roses to. And you sent roses to Leanne. And here's the funny, more of a surprise, is Callie is listening to the whole thing. So she heard the whole thing. So if you're thinking, oh, thank God Callie will never find out, she already knows. Callie, are you there?
I am, yeah.
So
I'm not, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Well, maybe you could start by explaining yourself. Daniel, who is this person?
Well, look, it's okay. All right. I mean, we're just friends. You can relax.
Just friends? Like, number one,
yeah.
Why would you send just friends a dozen romantic roses and not your fiance? And who are you texting with the question, wanna bang? And three, have you really been pooping yourself, or are you just coming home guilty and needing to shower right away?
What is this? No, it's fine. I'm just trying to reach out.
Let me try to help you out a little bit here. So she saw the message on your phone, on your Apple Watch when you took a picture of your beard. And I'm looking at it right now too, and it says clearly there's something that looks like a picture or video before that. Then after that, it says "wanna bang." Was that also sent to Leanne?
No.
Who did you send that to?
Oh, well, there he goes. I think he was put so much in a corner with so much evidence against him.
How are you, Callie? I mean, that's your fiance. That's a shock. I mean, you felt it, but I think you always hope that you're going to be wrong when you have a feeling like that.
You know, guys, like, I'm not like completely surprised. Like, things haven't been good for us for a while. And like, you always hope that this isn't the situation and, you know, like the relationship is going to work out and everything. But I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised just because of how things have been going with us. And, just I start over, I guess, you know, like crazy.
All right, coming up on KDWB, we have your next chance to win some tickets with 2 for Tuesday. That's going to be Halsey and the Weeknd tickets. So keep on listening. We'll be playing a little game for that. And then also coming up on You Can't Make This Stuff Up, we're going to chat about something.
Oh, sweet. I can't wait. Hey, guess what? We can chat about how I saw my first set of something spicy this weekend.
This is what we are going to chat about because the story I have, I just didn't have it right in front of me, involves beaches.
Okay, great.
And now I probably gave away too much.
No.
But we'll talk about what Bailey saw. We'll talk about what people need to be doing or what people weirdly do at the beaches. But before that, we'll give away those tickets. So keep listening. It's KDWB.
From the Custom One MN.com Weather Center.
We'll see cloudy skies today with a few light showers here and there. A high of 66. Tomorrow's going to be cloudy, a high of 69.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Don't postpone better sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale now. Upgrade to a premium bed from a curated selection and take your rest to the next level. Don't miss out. Visit Mattress Firm today. Get matched. Sleep at night.
Deciding on the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University was the best choice I've ever made. From the moment I stepped on campus, I felt welcomed and supported. I joined clubs that fueled my passions, participated in service projects that made a real impact, and found mentors who truly cared about my growth. Now, as I prepare to graduate with a job offer in hand, I look back at the amazing experiences and connections that have shaped who I am today. Plan your future and schedule a visit at csbsju.edu. That's csbsju.edu.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in the Twin Cities. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Hey, want to make your next meal a little less ordinary? Well, head to Quick Trip. Hey, we are so back serving up our legendary No Ordinary Chicken. Yeah, your dinner is hand-breaded, fried to perfection, and ready for you to enjoy. Try our juicy chicken tenders or boneless wings, perfect for dipping in your favorite sauces. Plus, they're easy to grab on the go or pair with your favorite sides and beverages. Or try our crispy chicken sandwich, full of flavor and perfect for a quick bite. But hey, maybe you're feeding the whole crew. Well, you'll want the 8-piece fried chicken meal. Hey, pick up chicken that's never ordinary. Ready to eat for tonight's dinner. Or you can buy it cold, sealed fresh for tomorrow's lunch. You know, we love to make life easier for you. This isn't just any chicken. It's Quick Trip's No Ordinary Chicken. The legend on your plate and flavor that rules the roost. Stop in your local Quick Trip today and taste the difference.
651 Carpets Plus is the home of the next day install and Minnesota's choice for flooring and countertops by making the buying process transparent and easy. They shop the competition to make sure they have the best products at the best price for you and back it up with their low price guarantee. They're so confident they can't be beat, they'll give you $200 off if you can find it cheaper. It all starts with their free in-home estimate. They don't believe that you should have to pay to have someone come out and measure for purchase like the big box stores. They don't add waste like a lot of their competitors. 651 Carpets Plus has a state-of-the-art measuring system that gets your waste down to a piece the size of a doormat, so you're not spending extra on unnecessary materials or labor. You'll also get free furniture moving, free tear-out, free disposal, free upgraded steps, interest-free financing, and you'll save 7% or more with no tax. Check them out today at 651carpets.com or call 651 Carpets Direct.
Billy loves an adrenaline rush, riding his mountain bike through tight forested trails, navigating hairpin turns, catching air, but not wearing a seatbelt in the car.
Are you kidding me? I'd never do that.
Extra enforcement now on Minnesota roads. A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
I think I just wrote the song of the summer. Listen. That's just you drinking a Big Gulp from Speedway. And just $1 for a large with Speedy Rewards? That's a hit. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 6/24/25. See app for full terms.
Save big at Menards and be prepared for summer heat with a new air conditioner from Denali Air. Quickly and efficiently cool your spaces with auto and eco modes to maximize performance and save on energy costs. Featuring 3 fan cooling speeds and a remote control, allowing you to control the comfort settings from anywhere in the room. Save big on Denali Air. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRUCK for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRUCK for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRUCK.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get a new water heater for only $14.95 from the 612 Injured High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
On 35W, we have delays northbound from the Burnsville split to McAndrews and northbound 46th Street to 94. Southbound slow from Industrial to the Mississippi River Bridge. 169 delays northbound Highway 21 to Old Shakopee, southbound 36th Avenue to Highway 7. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Gens Ryan Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Lights flickering, breakers tripping? Call Gens Ryan today and save $99 on electrical repairs. Fast, safe, and summer ready. Schedule now at gensryan.com.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Follow the show on Instagram. Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
I can feel my face when I'm with you.
Oh, you know what time it is? Time to get you in to see The Weeknd as well as Halsey. Because it is 2 for Tuesday, so we are giving you a pair of tickets to both concerts. But we are going to play a little game, and it's hosted by the one and only Vaunt.
Hello.
It's about to be cookout season, grill season, all that good stuff. Vaunt just hosted a cookout, a Memorial Weekend cookout yesterday.
Yes, indeed.
So we're going to play something called Are You Invited to the Cookout?
Yes.
And Vaunt, I'm going to have you take the lead on this one. Explain what Are You Invited to the Cookout is.
Thank you, Jenny. Are You Invited to the Cookout is a Vaunt Leak created game where I ask you questions to see if you'd get invited to the cookout. In the words of Dave Ryan, this is not the white people picnic.
No.
This is the black folks function, the cookout. So I'll give you a sample question, and then you will call 651-989-KDWB with your answer to see if you can get in the Halsey or the Weeknd. All right, Jenny Bailey.
Yep.
Sample question. Mama said, stop running in and out of this house before you blank. And I'll give you some multiple choice.
Okay.
Mama said, stop running in and out of this house before you. Is it A, hurt yourself? B, let my good air out? C, let a fly in? Or D, break my screen door?
Oh, okay. I'm going B.
B, let my good air out? Okay,
Yes.
Bailey, guess.
Women support women. I'm gonna say B because Jenny said B.
Yes. Mama said, stop running in and out of this house before you let my good air out.
Woo!
You almost had me on that one because I thought you were going to do like all of the above because I thought A was also could have been the answer.
Hurt yourself? Nah, don't let my good air out.
Okay,
Is that like the air conditioned air?
Yeah. The electric bill is high.
Yeah.
So now you'll call and answer that same type of question. That'll get you into the Black Folks Function. 651-989-KDWB.
So we'll get you on the phone. But while Vaughn's grabbing some listeners for the contest, we're going to talk about it's National Sunscreen Day. Bailey and I are pretty big advocates of wearing sunscreen only because, we want to make sure that you take care of that skin. So we're going to get into why. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. I gotta move some stuff around. Sorry, guys. I'm doing
a really good job
today without Dave around.
Yeah. 101.3 KDWB. You can't make this stuff
So for National Sunscreen Day, there was a poll posted online asking people if they would do this for a stranger at the beach. And what that is if someone walked up to you, Bailey, and was like, hey, excuse me, do you think you could get my back with the sunscreen? Would you say yes? A complete stranger.
If it was a woman, then yes. If it was a man, no.
What if he was hot with a 6-pack?
No, I would still feel weird. I don't know. But honestly, probably yes, because I would feel so weird saying no to anybody. Yeah, if he walked up to me, he's like, hey, could you please get this? I'd be like, inside be like, no. But I'm like, sure. Okay. It would be weird though.
What if he was a bigger gentleman, hair everywhere, can barely see his skin. He's so hairy, but he still needs help with his back. Are you feeling obligated at that point because you're in an uncomfortable situation to say yes?
I think regardless of who asks, it would be an uncomfortable situation in some sense. And so I want to say I would say no, but I would probably feel bad enough that I would say yes regardless. If they were like, could you slather this all over my back? I would be like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if they were like, can you just get this one little, could you put this on my tattoo that's on my shoulder? I'd be like, sure, buddy. Here you go. Okay, bye.
Okay, well, after checking out this poll, Bailey, you would be in I don't know. You kind of went back and forth, but 36% of people said that they would do it. And 64% said that they would not put sunscreen on a stranger's back if the stranger asked them. Bold thing to do if you walk up to a stranger at a beach and are like, hey, can you get me? Whatever. Just think about that ahead of time. Think about the position you're putting that person in.
Yeah.
Especially in Minnesota where we're too afraid to be like, no.
Right, exactly.
We would never do that. We'd be like, sure.
Sure, okay.
As tears are coming out of our eyes. We're like, yeah, that's fine. So anyways, all right. That's going to do it for You Can't Make This Stuff Up. Let's get back into... Are you invited to the cookout? Vaughn, you have someone on the phone?
Yeah, we're going to talk to Demi and see if she's going to get invited to the cookout, a.k.a. Halsey and the Weeknd.
Okay. Good morning, Demi. How are you today?
Hi, I'm so excited.
Okay. Well, first, Demi, you have to answer a question if you're invited to the cookout, okay?
Okay.
Demi, have you ever been invited to the cookout before? Demi, can you hear me?
Sorry, I've got the wrong button in.
Okay. Demi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Have you ever been invited to the cookout before?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What dish did you bring?
I just brought a bottle of tequila.
Oh, can't go wrong, baby.
Did she pass so far?
She's invited so far,
okay.
But let's get you these Weeknd and Halsey tickets. All right, Demi. Let's just say my kid is nagging me at the cookout. He wants a Huggies juice, and he won't stop nagging me. I say to my kid, keep it up. What should my kid do after I say, keep it up?
Not keep it up.
Yes, you're going to the cookout, girlfriend.
Yes, girl.
As soon as I say, keep it up, you stop whatever you're doing. Stop nagging me. Stop poking me. Oh, Demi, you are invited to the cookout. I love this. Keep it up.
Congratulations, Demi. So you not only win tickets to see The Weeknd, but you're also going to be seeing Halsey. Now, I know you're probably excited to see both of them, but is there one that you're kind of a little bit more excited to see?
I don't know. I really love The Weeknd, but he was so weird on The Idol. But I was willing to look past it.
Listen, Demi, I am the same exact way. Every once in a while, they do hook us up with tickets in the nosebleeds, okay? So I might ask for some nosebleed tickets to The Weeknd because I also would like to see him, but I also am a little bit like, oh, I hope he's not like that in real life. But awesome. Well, congratulations, Demi. We'll get you on home. We'll get you all set up with those tickets. You can win tickets every 30 minutes, 2 for Tuesday, happening all day long here on KDWB, where you win tickets to see The Weeknd and tickets to see Halsey. So keep on listening for your next chance to win. Coming up on Dave's Dirt, Bont got to interview Alex Warren on Friday. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. He's got some clips from his interview with Alex.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the AMAs were last night. Did anyone watch it?
The what?
Yeah, I know, exactly.
No, but there were some highlights I saw on Instagram.
Yeah.
Shabuzi's trending for something that we'll get into in the dirt.
Yeah, so we'll get into some of the AMA highlights, as well as one of the big artists made out with 3 different people on stage during their performance. And I saw a clip, and personally, I thought it was hot. So we'll talk about that next on Dave's Dirt.
Throwing journalistic standards out the window. This is Dave's Dirt on KDWB.
It is Dave's Dirt, and before we jump into that, I just want to make sure we give a big shout out to our teacher of the day. May is Teacher Month, so what we've been doing all month long is someone's nominated a great teacher in their life, and today's teacher is Shannon Jung. And so Miss Jung, she teaches first grade at Otsego Elementary School. And Shannon Stacy nominated you. You are a winner of a $100 Visa gift card and loaves of bread thanks to Country Hearth. So shout out to Country Hearth for making that happen. And thank you to you, Miss Jung, for being an amazing teacher. All right, let's dive into the dirt. First, we're going to cover a little bit of the AMAs last night. Now, the only thing, I'll be honest, because I was super tired when I got home I was out of town this past weekend. I was super tired and didn't really watch TV, just scrolled on my phone a little bit. But I did see a video of J-Lo making out with a bunch of people during her performance. Here's a little clip of her performance.
And dance again. I wanna dance and love and dance again.
So she made out with 3 of her dancers. I think the first one was a guy and then the other 2 were girls, I think. So I feel like she was trying to pull a little bit of a Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna, Britney Spears. She's having a moment.
Yeah, but
it's been done, J-Lo. It's been done before.
It's been done, but I'm all for it. I thought it was pretty hot, personally. But, you know. And then Janet Jackson performed on TV for the very first time in 7 years.
Wow.
Tell me I'm the one, and we'll have so much fun. I'll be the girl of his dreams, maybe.
This was so cool. One of the bigger bigger moments from last night, Billie Eilish swept the floor, literally got every category she was nominated in.
Wow.
She won 7 awards, but wasn't there because she was touring. She's in Europe right now.
Okay.
And then the other thing, Beyonce took home favorite female country artist, and Cowboy Carter won favorite country album. And right before I think they announced it, it was Shabuzi and Megan Maroney. And Jenny, you have the clip for me of Shabuzi's going viral for his reaction when Meg Maroney says this certain thing in her introduction. Here's the clip.
Country music has been an important part of AMA history. The very first year of this show, the award for favorite male country artist went to the great Charlie Pride.
That same year, favorite female artist went to Lynn Anderson, and this award went to the Carter family, who basically invented country music.
This year's AMA nominees in that category are very impressive.
So Megan Maroney said the Carters, meaning Beyonce and Jay-Z, and she said who pretty much like are
No.
What?
No, June Carter.
No,
right?
not the Carters.
Is that why? So that's why people are like crazy because Shabuzi paused. It was like, so
that
like
was
laugh low key.
I mean,
so then he misunderstood
silence.
it too. Then
No, they're talking about the Carters that are from like the 1920s, 30s,
20s,
and 40s.
not June Carter.
Not
Then
even
that
June
makes sense.
Carter.
Then.
So I was going to say, no, it is a family from the early 1900s that had songs like Wildwood Flower, Wabash, Cannonball. Like, I don't know any of these personally, but I don't know old school, like the old school country. So no, not Beyonce.
Then that's why then me and Shabuzi were just as confused because he like looked at the prompter real quick and did that little because he thought they were talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z. All right.
Oh, well, still, I mean, I guess we don't know what he thinks. It'd be really nice to get his point of view on it. Be like, what did you think she said? And then what did you interpret it as?
Well, that's what I'm confused about because she specifically said that same year, favorite female artist went to Lynn Anderson, and this award for favorite country duo or group went to the Carter family, who basically invented country music. So they were talking about the origination of the award.
Sure.
So I don't know, context clues alone, you should have understood that they weren't talking about Beyonce.
Maybe he
Beyonce.
just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't. I personally took it as he thinks that someone else invented country music, not the Carters. I took it as like there's some other artist out there that's an OG that he thought invented country music back in like the early 1900s.
Right.
I don't know if that's. It feels weird.
He thinks about it a lot.
1900s, but like the 1920s. So
Shabuzi and I are on the same page because I was like, what?
You're a little confused. Okay, Vaughn, you had brought this up yesterday, but SZA had brought out Justin Bieber to perform Snooze at her Grand Nationals tour. Here's a little clip of it. Okay, well, that's bad concert audio, but
It
Justin
is.
Bieber is there. Tell us your thoughts on it.
A lot of people are talking about it for two reasons. One, because Bieber looks a little drugged up, which we know he may or may not have been battling a lot lately. There's no confirmation, but he just kind of looks nuts. This is big, though, that Bieber's back on stage because we know because of his, sicknesses that he hasn't been performing or even putting out music. And so the fact that he's back on stage is low-key a good sign, but people were really talking because he looks all up on SZA and she goes to, I don't know, hold his hand and he starts kissing it kind of.
Oh.
And it's a little bit intimate. And we all know that he's been kind of making his wife, Hailey Bieber, look bad lately. So people are like, what's going on here, Justin?
So, okay, I understand in a musical performance, especially if it's kind of sexual, you do kind of portray that because I remember at the Super Bowl halftime show, what was it, 2 Super Bowls ago that Usher performed with Alicia Keys they were all rubbing up on each other. And I kind of was like, I don't like this. Alicia's married. I can't remember if Usher's married. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But anyways, I thought it was kind of weird, but then I was like, well, it's a performance. The song is like this, whatever.
Right.
So I sort of get that aspect. However, the state that Justin Bieber seems to be in and the issues that seem to be being speculated about him and his wife, he probably shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah, it seems like a weird choice to make in that moment. And I like that Vaughn was like, I have so many feelings about Justin Bieber at any given time. Somebody has to.
Because I love Bieber, and I'm glad that he's an advocate for how, I guess, child stars or I guess child artists, they get kind of corrupt in this system, how much they work when they're so young. He's big on that with Billie Eilish. He's protective of her. But it's just sad to see, might I say, the demise of Justin Bieber, the downfall.
The decline.
Yeah, the decline.
Yeah. Decline and inevitable downfall, but we're not sure yet.
Yeah. Well, moving on from that, Britney Spears is justifying her private jet cigarette. Now, you guys maybe heard of this over the weekend. She went and lit up a cigarette in the middle of a flight. No matter what kind of airplane you're on, you're not supposed to smoke. As far as I know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some people, some very, very wealthy people who get away with whatever. But she went to Instagram and said, my friend put a cigarette in my mouth and lit it up for me. I was like, oh, so this is a plane where you can smoke. And the flight crew alerted the LA authorities who met with Britney. And she claimed in her post that I thought officials greeted me as support. I was like, wow, I feel special. And she apologized for her mistake and confessed it may have been caused because it was my first time drinking vodka.
It's her first time drinking vodka. I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know if I believe that either. But
she also said that it was kind of much that the flight attendant reported her. It's a little much. Girl, you're smoking on a plane.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we got to get to this because Avant got to interview Alex Warren, who is one of my new favorite artists as of recent. I love him so much. And he was in town performing at Uptown Theater on Friday. Vaughn got a little interview with him. Tell us about it, Vaughn, or play us some of your clips.
Yeah, I asked Alex Warren because he's about to be a year married, but he's only 24. I thought he was just a bit older, 27. And he's been dating his wife, Cover, for 5 or 6 years. So I asked him, I said, give me some advice for getting married as young as you are. And here's what he said.
I love it when my wife and I fight, truly, and she hates it.
Why do you love it?
I'll start laughing and smiling when we start fighting, and because my wife is one of those people who doesn't want to necessarily tell you what's on her mind, and when we get to fight and we argue, she's mad enough to tell me exactly how she feels.
Okay.
And so I know exactly what I want, what I can fix, you know? And so it's so beautiful, and I think it's so healthy to fight and have arguments, because when you do, you're able to undeniably, so many people are scared of hurting each other's feelings, and so they kind of tiptoe around things.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful the amount of communication you can have when you fight, which is such an interesting thing. Is so many people dread it, and I love it. And she gets so mad because I'm like, this is so healthy.
You're in the middle of the fight, and she's trying to prove her point, and you're just like, yes.
No, it's so funny. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, point for Gryffindor. And I'm like,
which is so interesting. Just I don't know. I've never thought it's healthy to fight.
Yeah,
I've never thought that.
I would say I agree with that to an extent. It sounds like they fight in a healthy way. So that's good if you realize things during a fight. But if someone's saying things in a fight and they're being evil about it, then that's not healthy. If you're finally revealing the things that upset you, but you're doing it in a
that you've been sitting on for months and months.
It's,
and months.
I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like I said, they must fight in a healthy way. So that makes sense for them.
Yeah. Also, he said that one of his favorite, pastimes is going into aisles at Target and buying any type of electric vehicle. And if you've seen some of his shows, I don't know if he did it at Uptown, he rides in on like a pink pony scooter. And so he talked about that. And this clip certifies that me and him are besties.
It happens every time I go to Target. And we're at Target and I'm like, okay, I'll be right back. I want to go check out the electronics. Because I'm always looking at new stuff. I'm like, wow, that's like the thing I always did as a kid. It's what I do now that I have money is I'll go and see if there's a cool electronic I want to buy.
I saw the pony outside.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
I bought that at Target. I have 2. But,
Flex.
Right? They're expensive, by the way.
I could imagine. That's why I don't have one.
Oh my God.
Radio does not pay well.
$350 per. I'll buy you a pony. Don't worry.
Don't play. It's on camera now.
Mother, I will send you a pony. Give me your address.
Hello.
Okay, Vaughn, I'm so proud of you just hearing these clips because you sound like you're actually paying attention to what he's saying. Whereas a lot of radio DJs are like, how can I make this about me? Or like, I didn't pay attention to anything he's saying. I'm just going to go to my next question.
Yeah. I mean, I've interviewed not as many artists of you, but, I've interviewed a couple of artists. And what makes it easier for me, somebody young doing is Alex Warren's just genuinely such a kind soul.
Yeah.
And talking about just life and not just tell me about the new song. Who do you want to collab with?
For sure.
So.
Awesome. Well, that's going to do it for Dave's Dirt. It's brought to you by 612 Injured Heimer and Lammer's Injury Law. Coming up, we have your next chance to win tickets to see Halsey and The Weeknd. It's 2 for Tuesday, so make sure you're here for that. But also, it's Talk Back Tuesday.
Yes,
so
baby.
I want to know, what weird quirk does your pet have? For instance, we asked this on Facebook. Jessica said, my cat will grab a mouthful of food from her dish, turn, and put it on the floor, then decide which pieces to eat, leaving the rest behind. It really hurts stepping on pieces all the time. Another person said, my Great Dane Mix loves car rides, but he will not get out of the car because he's afraid of everything. So he will only get out of the car at our house or at one specific park that he likes. So leave it on the Talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. What weird quirk does your pet have? You just go to the iHeart app. It's free. You hit the red microphone button and you have 30 seconds to record that. But keep listening because we'll have your next chance to win tickets for 2 for Tuesday next.
Men stumble over the truth from time to time, but most pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. Hi, this is Lon Solomon. These words were spoken by Winston Churchill. Having been a pastor for over 30 years, I can attest to the sad accuracy of Mr. Churchill's words. It's tragic how many people I've seen who hear the plain truth of God, that Jesus is the only way to get heaven and eternal life, and then they pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. Jesus said, what good is it if a person gains the whole world but loses their own soul? Hey, I urge you not to be one of these people. Not a sermon, just a thought.
For more information, check out our website, notasermon.com. That's notasermon.com.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcast on the planet will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app on your phone today.
Real reviews from people who recently said yes to a guaranteed cash offer on their home.
I would strongly recommend Chris Lindahl Real Estate's guaranteed cash offer program over the stress of putting your house on the market and having to deal with repairs and upgrades. Denise.
The guaranteed cash offer experience surpassed all our expectations. Scott.
I inherited a house and planned to fix it up myself, but I quickly realized I didn't have the time or resources to take that on. So I was able to sell through a guaranteed cash offer. Michael.
Sell the easy way. Go to chrislindahl.com.
Terms and conditions may apply.
Free cocktails at Flying Dutchman Spirits every day. Mention iHeartRadio today and get a free handcrafted cocktail with the purchase of another at Flying Dutchman Spirits. Habanero infused 100% blue agave, Thai chili peppered flavored vodka, or the Sailor's Rancio and rum are just a few of the 9 special locally distilled spirits from Flying Dutchman Spirits.
You know what we love a lot? Now, I don't just mean mini corn dogs. I'm talking about our home. We love our home so much. You ever hear a story about somebody who goes back to their childhood home just because it's so full of memories and it's so special? Take care of your home with Zero Res. Hey, especially with all the stuff coming up as the weather gets warmer. We're talking about grad parties, the end of the school year, and of course, warm weather. Zero Res handles every surface in your home, whether it's carpets or tile and grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs, air ducts. Get your home Zero Resified. I do it all the time because I love my home so much. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified for Minnesota's #1 carpet cleaner and air duct cleaner, and take 20% off all services. Yes, that's right. 20% off. Call Zero Res right now and check out the 2,100 raving customer reviews online with a 4.9 Google rating. The number 952-0RES, or go online at zeroresminnesota.com and tell them you want that KDWB special. Spell it backward or forward, it spells the same, 0RES.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like asterisk-free checking. An account that's filled with features, but no monthly maintenance fee, no matter what. Because it's your money, right? So we think you should keep it. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Hey, Twin Cities, is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
At Shane Company, we know getting engaged is a big decision. But once you know, you know. That's the way our customers feel when they choose a Shane Company engagement ring. They walk into a warm welcome and walk out with their dream ring, knowing they got it right. For almost 100 years, we've been offering personalized shopping experiences. And we're in it way past the honeymoon, with a free lifetime warranty that includes the center stone, cleanings, repairs, and resizing for life. Shop with us at shaneco.com or at your neighborhood store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Get premium entrees at Whole Foods Market. Save 20% on no antibiotics ever beef top sirloin steaks with Prime through May 27th. Sizzle them on the grill for a deliciously juicy main. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
iHeartRadio, straight from the studio with Joe Jonas.
Solo music was no lane I wanted to go down. I love DNC. It's really fun. But by myself, I've done it once. I was like, I'm good. I went to my brothers and said, hey, I really love this one. And can I please have this? And I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I want to go start the process of working on a project around this bodyboard. And I think it was Nick. He was like, well, you did write it, so go ahead.
I know your heart by heart.
Hear music from Joe Jonas, including his new album, Music for People Who Believe in Love, on the iHeartRadio app.
KDWB-FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and